At dawn in the Mojave Desert, the sun rose like it always had, but that morning, it was about to be trapped. For centuries, sunlight had been something humans endured, worshipped, or escaped from. But in 1984, on a stretch of scorched California land where nothing should have worked, a quiet experiment dared to ask a forbidden question. What if we could turn sunlight into power, not in theory, but for real life? The desert was already awake. Heat shimmered above the sand, wind whispered through steel frames, and standing there were rows upon rows of mirrors, thousands of them, angled with unsettling precision, all staring at a single point in the sky. To a passerby, it looked almost ritualistic, like a modern temple built for the sun itself. This was the world's first commercial solar thermal power plant, not a lab prototype, not a university dream. A real machine built to feed electricity into the grid to prove that the sun could do more than warm skin and fade paint. Engineers wiped sweat from their brows as the system came online. When the mirrors aligned, sunlight slammed into receiver tubes with brutal intensity, heating fluid until it boiled, producing steam, spinning turbines, motion born from light alone. No coal, no oil, no smoke, just heat, pressure, and belief. Skeptics were everywhere. Critics called it fragile, too expensive, too dependent on clear skies. What happens when the sun doesn't shine, they asked, convinced this desert dream would collapse under clouds and doubt. And for a moment, it almost did. Early failures rattled confidence. Equipment cracked under heat. Efficiency lagged behind promises. Investors grew restless. The desert does not forgive mistakes, and neither does the market. But then something shifted. Day after day, the plant kept running, quietly, reliably. Each sunrise brought power. Each sunset proved the system had survived another test. Engineers refined angles. Operators learned the rhythm of light. The mirrors, once strange and experimental, became disciplined, almost alive. This wasn't just electricity, it was a message. For the first time, the sun wasn't a symbol of the future. It was part of the present, a power source that didn't dig into the earth or darken the sky, a machine that listened to daylight and answered with energy. That California plant didn't solve the world's energy crisis, but it cracked the door open. It showed what was possible. Every solar farm today, every rooftop panel, every shimmering field of glass traces its lineage back to that moment when humanity dared to harness the sun at scale. Because sometimes the most radical revolutions don't arrive with explosions. They arrive quietly, at sunrise. If this story sparked something in you, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe, and tell me in the comments what invention you think truly changed the world.